Alright everyone, today we're doing some more Brotato. I'll get some more Darkest Dungeon 2 videos out, but I'm a little busy, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not sure what else to do in the game right now. So we'll figure that out when we get there. In the meanwhile, today's topic is going to be the phenomenon of social loathing. Loafing. Sorry, not loathing. Loafing. L-O-A-F-I-N-G. We'll be playing Lich, 10 HP regen, 10% lifesteal, 100% chance to deal 10 damage when you heal. We're just going to go with guns. And I think we did Danger 1 last time? Can't remember. We'll do Danger 2 this time. I want to say it was... I might have been Danger 2 last time, actually. Because I think I failed at Danger 0, and then I just immediately jumped away. Regardless. Alright, so, we're Lich. We kind of want to get hit, but at the same time, we don't have to get hit. So, certainly not something like I necessarily plan on doing. But if it happens, it happens. So what is social loafing? Well, if you ever hated working in group projects, you probably experience this phenomenon. It happens pretty much all the time anywhere in our lives we're about to see. So what the real kind of definition is, when we are in a group scenario, often people will decrease the amount of effort and responsibility they feel in a certain moment. There's one famous study of this where it is tug of war with a rope. So you have one side pulling, and they found that if one person pulls on a rope against another person, they're actually going to try pretty much as hard as they possibly can. But when they're in a group scenario, they find out that people don't necessarily maximize their effort because other people can pull as hard as they can. So once we get to a group scenario, now this is the important thing, where your evaluation can never be done individually, that is when you start to see social loafing. If there is a way to still grade people, like based on their individual effort, you will not really see social loafing because they will obviously be able to be singled out. And that is something that will counteract this. Minus 5% enemy speed, minus 3 of my own. Sure. I'll lock these two in. But yeah. So that's why you may not see social loafing if, like, for example, you're working as a team, but let's just say someone's grading, like there's a coach or a person grading you individually and they're looking at you just working as a team. You'll probably see less social loafing because even though the team's total success still depends on how well you all perform together, your individual slacking would be more noticed and graded differently. So you would probably see an uptick. But even then, that doesn't necessarily guarantee you'd play as hard as before, because you'll always have the excuse, well, there was other people X, Y, and Z. So even though you may be technically getting graded, oh, yeah, sure, we'll do that. So that's a very important aspect. It's when the collective effort, so such as tug of war, at the end of the day, you can't really gauge how hard each person's pulling because it's really hard to, like, see how much weight they would be pulling. Like, unless everyone magically stopped pulling all at the same time, and then you could measure it that way, and you obviously took a baseline before, but that'd be, like, nigh impossible to do. So there's really no way for someone to know how hard you were pulling. They could kind of get a gauge, like, yeah, I don't know if they were pulling as hard as they could, but you can never, like, fully prove it unless they obviously admitted it to you. So that's the interesting scenario right there. We'll recycle. Look. We'll do max HP. Oh, mouse. Oh, I did buy what I wanted anyways. Okay. Yeah, I'll get a new mouse eventually, guys. I gotta admit, it's not on the high priority list, but it is driving me nuts some days. This double clicking. So, why does this happen psychologically? I mean, there's nothing really in the brain. This is more of a philosophical and maybe evolutionary kind of thing. Like, we like to exist in groups because groups are, we naturally do less work when we're in groups, right? Like you don't have to do something as hard, you don't have to do it for as long, because there's more people to help you. So when you're in a group, it's very natural, I would argue, to obviously save your energy, whether it's brain power, physical power, the risks you would take, researching things for yourselves, being adventurous. Like, the idea of being in a group is you hope somebody will do that for you. Now the problem is once you get enough people with that mentality, nothing gets done. So that's kind of when this hits a wall. Sorry. Okay, where was I? Yes, loafing group. Oh yeah. It's just a lot easier when you're part of a group. So when you're part of a group, you don't have to work nearly as hard. So that is essentially what I would argue the philosophical reasoning why you would see that in all aspects of life. So now it's not just physical contribution. I want you to, like I said, go back to school projects and be like, ugh, I hate working in school projects. Now here's the funny thing about that. I've never really met too many people who openly admit they love school projects, which means, do we all slack, or this is also another funny thing, or do we all perceive that we are the only reason why that group stuck together? Who knows? In some scenarios that might be correct. In other scenarios, maybe you slack a little bit and you just, don't like group projects in general. Who knows? But there's definitely research to suggest that even though you may not like group projects because you perceive no one else doing stuff, you may not be doing as much as you could as well. Now, maybe you are the person who just does an absolute crap ton because you hate getting bad grades, or you can't stand not performing your best. There's definitely those people out there. Social loafing doesn't affect everybody, but it's definitely more common than not. But let's not even stick with academics. Let's go to, if you're in a workplace, be like, I haven't played sports or done tug of war in a very long time. That's not applicable. Well, I'd agree with that. I haven't really done those either. However, you ever been on a huge, company-wide or department-wide email chain, and it's a really, really long email? You're like, bleh. I don't read them half the time. Why? Because I figure someone else will read them and they know what's in it. I don't have to read it because A, half the time they don't say much, and B, there's usually one person, I feel like at every company I work at, I'll be saying, oh, did you see that crazy change? And I'll be like, no, which part was that? And I'll just go to the interesting parts. So I do social loafing when I'm on a mass email because I know somebody else will read it, and I don't have to waste my time trying to delve through that madness of what. Oh, when did that range damage? But yeah, I don't have to spend my time reading that huge thing because someone else will do it. So I contribute to social loafing in the workplace when it's like a company-wide email because I figured someone in my department, director, manager, co-worker beside me, will read it and just kind of let me know. Now, is it lazy? Yeah, it is lazy, and that's kind of the point. It's loafing, just loafing around. I mean, sure, do I have to rely on other people to give me information? Maybe do I miss something important? Yeah, I mean, I absolutely could. That is definitely the risk of social loafing, for sure. But it's just an example, and it's a personal example I do. So think about that when you go to work, or you're doing something, you go, if I make this so social loafing is possible, what are the possible negative outcomes because of that? Now, most times there's really no negative outcomes, but it's just something to consider. It's like, the more people you include on an email, the strong possibility you actually have less people read it, rather than if you broke down that email into smaller groups. So for example, you're going to email 60 people, and you're just going to include just every department because it's just easier. I don't have to do 4 separate emails, yada yada yada. Okay, that's true, but it's very possible by grouping that many people, a large majority of people might be like, I'm not gonna worry about it. It's about to get disgusting because I regen really quick and then I take damage. Yeah, it's about to get really gross. This is a good combo. Yeah, so you might want to consider emailing smaller departments because as they see less and less people on each email, they might be like, oh shoot, I should read this. There's only 6 or 10 of us on this. I don't want to rely on everyone else telling me. But if you group 60 to 80 people on the same email, multiple departments, they'll be like, someone will talk about it. I don't gotta read this crap. So just think about that when you're about to send out an important email where you're trying to get stuff done. Is it better just to send it out to the whole group and have it be ignored? Or do you want to split it up into a little more bite-sized chunks of people where they feel like they have to take more responsibility? Now, if you do play sports, let's get back to the sports kind of thing. So they've actually experienced this idea, not to a massive level, but to some extent on like professional sports teams, where some people, let's just say like on defense, will play a little, like if there's a lot of people on defense, they might play a little less rigid defense because they go, oh, there's like 8 of us, you know, like for the most part, if I just stand here and do this, we'll be good. Well, suddenly you think that, the person besides you thinks that, and then suddenly someone runs by both of you and neither of you move your feet, and you're like, I thought you had it. And you gotta have that awkward moment where it's like, okay, like I guess we should have talked a little more. Ooh, boss, by the way. Yeah, we're just gonna ignore this guy. Oh my god, I'm so slow. I need a little more speed. But yeah, so that's today's lesson. Social loafing. Kind of explains why group projects sucks. Kind of explains why sometimes the more people you get, the less. There's a nice sweet spot for groups. Groups are beneficial. It's just when groups get to be big, and like I said, you can't technically gauge individual performance. That's when social loafing will be its most rampant, because there's no way to identify who did a good job and didn't, because you all contributed to one common outcome. And like I said, and it's the key factor is it cannot come back to you as an individual easily unless you are blatantly obvious. Like if you're doing the tug of war thing and you literally just stand there and hold the rope and don't even, like literally don't even pull, it's like, okay, like that is to the extent where it's like, we see ya, you're not doing anything. But you know, if you're like pulling, you're like, oh jeez, this is so hard. And everyone's like, oh, yeah, isn't it? You're like, oh, just, I don't know how we're going to... You can probably get away with it, like, you know. But yeah, so it has to be, we'll let go of that. But yeah, so, I don't think there's too many other famous examples. The famous psych example was the tug of war thing, where people pulled on ropes harder when they were being judged by themselves, and then they're pulling less hard when there's people to do it. But then obviously we found examples of that all throughout life of like, hey, if you let people do it in sports and like I said, academics, yeah, it's kind of interesting. So us as humans, we get a little lazy once we can push the blame off onto other people, because that's why, I mean, I think that's not why social loafing really works, is because you can always say, well, they could have stepped up as well, right? Which is, and that's the problem. It's kind of a valid excuse, but at the same time, it's like the same excuse can be used on you, right? So it's like, yes, other people could have done better. Oh, shoot. Oh, no. Hold on. I need more damage. I really need that SMG higher. Lifesteal or dodge? Dodge, lifesteal, armor. We'll get the 12 dodge. It's just too good. Come on, I need like massive. 3, okay. I really wanted to get a lot more damage. Oh, okay. But I am getting 2 SM. Okay. Oh, shoot, I can't buy that. That's okay. I did get 2 weapon upgrades, and I got more dodge and lifesteal, so we should actually be good. I'll just kind of sit around this as well. But yeah, so, like I said, that's the lesson. Next time you're in a big group where you send out emails, or you're on a sports team, and next thing you know, everyone's just kind of standing around looking at each other, it's probably social loafing. You're all in a group, you don't have to try as hard, and someone's waiting on someone to exert a little more energy than you are because you're saving yourself. It's perfectly natural, it happens all the time, and it certainly can lead to easy dysfunction. So, when you're in a group, maybe try to make it an optimized size. That would obviously vary depending on project. Maybe 3 or 4 people is enough, maybe 10 to 11 is enough, maybe honestly just like 2. Like you don't need 4, you just need 1 other person. Because that way, if that one person does absolutely nothing, you can easily call them out on it. But other than that, yeah, it's just kind of reality. And like I said, we kind of talked about the possible biological benefits of it if you're not working hard. you can work less hard and keep all your energy and possibly be in a position to move up in the world. So definitely perks to have social loafing, because you can kind of just slide right in there whenever you need to. So definitely an opportunistic way to get ahead sometimes. So definitely have its benefits. It can be a little slimy, but we all do it probably. Some of us may be more inclined to do in academic situations and work situations. Like if you don't really like a job, like I said, and then if you get a mass email like that, you're gonna be like, no, like I'm gonna let someone else do all the work and tell me what's in that, because I ain't gonna waste my time. Because like I said, I usually end up doing that because I just don't think they're that important to read. And once again, the president's never going to know if I read that email unless he literally walked down to my desk a day or two later and be like, so how was the email? And even then, I mean, can he really prove I never read it unless I said I didn't? I'd be like, oh, I forget, like, I heard, like, you could easily, like, muddle your way through it. I mean, would it look bad? Sure, but I mean, it'd be an extreme waste of the president's time. And at the end of the day, you could still say, at that point, you could still lie. I mean, obviously you shouldn't lie, but I'm just saying it's always an option. So yeah. Oh, look at that. I could push people away. Push, push, push. But we won't. Now to the game, though. Now we're going to talk about the game. Wave 15. I think we'll be in a good spot. If we can get a little more damage. I don't think I need lifesteal. I don't think I need life. I think just damage and attack speed probably to keep the lifesteal up. HP regen's not bad, but I think I'm going to be up to the point where I'm going to need to pump out damage and recover via lifesteal. I don't think actual HP regen's going to get high enough. That'll really make up the gaps. Because I'm going to be getting just absolutely clobbered in future rounds. And I'm probably just going to need to make it all up with fast, hard-hitting fire rounds. So, like I said, I'm not really aiming to get smacked because I'm taking consistent 1 point of damage from that item. So I really do actually just want to mostly keep my range with all the automatic stuff and just kind of lead them to landmines and turrets. So for the most part, if I don't make any heinous mistake, it should be fine. Should be fine. Just need a little more damage. I still can't quite move through stuff as fast as I would like, but it's getting good. Yeah, 10% attack speed, minus 4% dodge rate, but 100. Nah, we want 100. 3 range damage, absolutely. I don't know if I want to do the armor quite yet. I want to get like a little bit of armor protection. 1 bullet is fired from the... Yeah, we'll do that. 20% dodge and 5% lifesteal. That's really good. We'll lock these 2 in, because then we can... I don't want to keep decreasing my damage, so we'll let that move. I really want armor. Maybe my next upgrade here will be like 2 or 3 armor, because I really want to get that 25% damage gain, especially since I'll be taking a slight hit. But with people dying now, I should have enough combination between picking up materials, enemies dying, regaining HP, that people will literally just start exploding across the map. Like, so you will probably see enemies die that I don't even like get near shooting because of this combination. So this is really strong. This is Danger 2. I do have Danger 5 unlocked. I'm just progressively getting up the scale so you guys can see. Like I said, I don't think I did Danger 2. If I did, I apologize. We'll pop into Danger 3. I definitely did not do the Lich before this, though. I really like the Lich. Probably a pretty viable Danger 5 candidate, to be honest. I feel like the setup's fairly straightforward on how to get disgusting with the Lich. Just as long as I get enough attack speed and damage, this should be a rather easy ending. No, we don't want special enemies at this point. We'll do that. Lifesteal damage, 12% is just far too much. I mean, that's really good. Oh, I don't know what that was. I forget. Crap. 20% dodge. That's just too good. Yeah, I definitely want that. And we'll take that. Oh, I bought the glass cannon, which is fine. I need the damage anyways. I just need to probably get an armor upgrade this round or buy it. So we'll be looking for armor. I'll probably spend the majority of my time trying to get +2 armor. Because I do only have 55 HP, and at -3 armor, you will see me melt fairly quickly, even with the amount of HP regen damage I'm doing, so we definitely want to be a little, especially with the armored guys coming out, we've really got to be, just got to suck. I do have the knockback, which is nice though, because they're going to be doing the big damage, to be honest. Like, everyone else is like relatively calm. It's these armored dudes that are just going to absolutely shred me for massive damage. Alright, now thankfully I do have a lot of dodge, and like I said, I'll be just taking consistent damage, so I'll always be getting my Lich ability off, which will just help kill enemies across the map. Now, I didn't pick up a lot of money this round, but that's because this round was heavy armor focused, which really sucks, but I still got 133 though. Yeah, well, definitely, the minus engineering is starting to hurt, because I do technically summon, yeah, we need that range damage. Ah! Mouse! It's fun though, because half the time I don't even know what I'm picking anymore because of the double click, so it's like even harder mode. Yeah, see, this is why I need armor. I took like 2 hits and I dropped like half HP. Now I heal up super quick, but yeah, so we'll be looking for it, because we're at wave 18, yeah, I need to get at least the 0. And preferably buy probably one more upgraded gun. I think I only have a few of my guns, at least even like tier 2 and stuff, so at least get like another blue submachine gun or something. But if not, we'll just keep buffing via damage, and tell you what, I'll probably look for attack speed. I think in a 10-15% attack speed would actually be really good. And that rate I can also probably drop my lifesteal down a little bit. So yeah, we'll look for attack speed and armor. Now I did level up right damage. HP regen for luck. Yeah, at this point we don't need luck. 1 HP regen -5. No, recycle that. 3 range damage. Ooh. I said attack speed and armor. I definitely need 2 armor. Man, some of that other stuff was so much better. Oh, there we go. That's what we needed. Oh, that's what we needed. There we go. Alright. Tier 4 submachine gun with a little more armor. And we have some more damage options next. We should be fine. We'll try to get 2 levels here. We might... I think I'll just take the -1 armor. I wish I would have gotten a 3 armor choice, and it would have came sooner than the 1 armor choice did. But I think we're going to do attack speed next. I think we just need to shoot quicker, maybe more damage. Well, I mean, it's kind of a double-edged, well, not a double-edged sword. I mean, it's a trade-off, right? Because the faster you shoot, the more damage you do, but at the same time, you hit like a wet noodle. So we will go the attack speed route. I think we got the damage, actually. We just need to literally just be yapping guns. Yeah, definitely attack speed. Definitely attack speed. Holy cow. Definitely attack speed. Hopefully you get like a 15 or 20% option. No, we don't want to reduce damage anymore. Attack speed, attack speed. Attack speed 4, no. 12, no. Where's my money? Oh, come on. 10? Man, I ran out of money. Yeah, I ran out of money. Wow, I just could not get a good attack speed choice. I don't have to kill the boss, guys. I can wait this out 90 seconds. Yeah. Well, I'll try to kill the boss for the video, but I gotta admit, if this was normal, I would probably just avoid the boss. Because you're wondering, oh, you're killing him just fine. Yeah, for now. It gets pretty chaotic. This is where it gets chaotic. That's what I'm saying. We'll wait for a lot of trees to spawn. Maybe we can get a few turrets around and that'll help me out here. Well, I got him down to half. Okay. Alright, we'll see. Yeah, we got... Okay, I'll stick up here with all the turrets. See, now he's gonna run from me now. This is when... Okay, but he's got all those turrets up there. Okay. Good run, good run. I should be fine if I don't, like, massively choke. Which... I'm about... I choked. Nope. Oh. Mother choked. Alrighty. This is my redemption part of the video. Got Gatling guns this time. I don't think I do damage this time though. Got the HP. might have the guns, I don't know. I found this time I was like really not doing a whole lot of damage, but I'm survivable. I would like to kill the boss. Once again, it's not mandatory, but you know, it's not fun to see me try to dodge. This time I also have more speed. I realized last time I was a little slow and I couldn't evade the big guys on me, so this time I should be able to dance relatively out of my way of them, which should probably net me to a win. Probably. We'll find out. I also have a little more armor. Remember, armor was the thing I got, like 7 or 8. This time, much positive. Last time I was rather negative or just broke even. But slow and no armor does not make for a good time. So this time I should be good. I'm also fully attentive this time, not trying to talk about psychology and stuff, so. We've talked about that before when you split your cognitive processes. There we go. I knew it could do it. Just needed a little redemption. There we go. A little redemption. Alright.